Yo, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Amy Black. So today I just decided to make a rap vocal tutorial. This is my first ever tutorial, by the way. So yeah, and never ever like forget to subscribe to my channel. So guys, do not make no mistake. So make sure that you subscribe, like hit that sub button on my channel so that you can have more work in future from me. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. I'm gonna play the vocals. They are raw as fuck.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close, they should really take notes. As far as it goes, I owe every part of your heart just a piece of a rose. Cracking my heart and I know that you know all the codes.
Yeah, this is how it sounds like. So what I'm going to do right now is to jump straight into it. So I've added my vocals into channel 17 and I've already cleaned them, so you can see that I've already cleaned up some unwanted sounds, so such as these, so those sounds, so yeah, I've cleaned them and I made sure that it's clean already before I can just insert some plugins, so what I'm going to do right now is to add the first plugin, the Fruity Peak Controller, of which it allows us to control the reverb so that we can have like enough space between a reverb and the vocals so that they can give each other some space whenever the vocals are on what are in action or whatsoever they are playing, so that whenever the vocals are playing and then the reverb stops a little bit, some type of thing. So yeah, so we're gonna experience that as we are doing it right now. So I'm gonna add the reverb. I've added the peak controller and now I'm adding the reverb. So I'm gonna cut the low cuts, cut them a little bit just like this, and then I'm gonna add the decay just a little bit. Let's play and just experience how it sounds.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get,
now we have to reduce the reverb just a little bit.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say.
Okay, now we need to link it to the peak controller. So I'm gonna link it peak controller and then mapping formula, invert it, and then here and then accept. And
I
then,
lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I
as you can see now, it's in good control. But then what we need to do now is to really make sure that we reduce the amount of reverb that we get right now. So because like we don't want so much reverb because it's a rap vocal type thing, so that's one thing you should remember. So I'm gonna reduce that by playing with this knob, the bass knob, this one right here. So yeah,
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I get
just a little bit again.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess
one more time, and then boom.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it,
I think it's perfect now because it's gonna sound more clear as we add more plugins. So what I'm going to do next right now is to add sound goodizer. So this is a sound goodizer. Some people like it this way, so me, I'm just going to reduce the amount of it just a little bit, and boom. And then yeah, here we go. I just want to add some crisp, just a little bit of crisp.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say.
Yes sir, I think it's perfect. So what I'm going to add next is multi-pane compressor. Basically here what I'm going to do is to add some brightness into our vocals. I'm going to choose the preset bright, and then boom, you can hear the difference.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close, they should really take.
You can tell there's a difference now, it's brighter than before, so yeah, that's the whole point. So what I'm going to add next is parametric EQ2. So basically here what I'm going to do is to try and make my vocals to sound as close as natural, you know, take it to that natural point, try to make them sound as natural as it can. So yeah, I'm gonna close it up a little bit just to close some low ends. So yeah, I'm just gonna close some low ends right now. So this is what I'm going to do.
I lost a couple of fills.
I'm gonna push it to the right a little bit, about 131 hertz. So yeah, yes sir. And then yeah,
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I...
yeah. So what I'm going to do next is to kill some frequencies, high frequencies, actually, to be specific. So yeah,
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I...
by just creating some spikes. This is how I create some spikes.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say.
And then I turn them down because now I've already found my first high frequency, and then I'm killing it just like this. Yes sir.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't...
Not too much though. Don't squeeze it too much. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So yeah, it's perfect like this.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess...
So what I'm going to do next, keep on killing the frequencies, you know, just keep on killing them.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say. Love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close.
I've already found my second frequency, high frequency. I'm killing it again. I'm killing another one. Not too much though, just a little bit. Yes sir.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say. Love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close. They should really take notes. As far as it goes, I owe every part of your heart just a piece of a rose. Cracking my heart, and I know that you know all the codes. I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say. Love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close. They should really take notes. As far as it goes, I owe every part of your heart just a piece of a rose.
I've already found my third high frequency. So the whole point is to just keep on killing them, and then until you see no more, you know, you see none no more. So what I'm going to do next is just to enhance a little bit. Sorry, excuse me. Just to kill just to enhance the vocals just a little bit, not too much though.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say.
Yes sir. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to add the delay. One of the most important things to do. So I'm gonna set it because I know, because I'm used to, I've done this before, like the rap vocals, so you don't have to watch that, like, to worry that much about it.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say. Love it or hate it.
As you can see, I've already reduced it, you know. So whenever you are just going to add it, like according to your own tempo, blah blah blah, you know, whatsoever, you know. But you shouldn't worry that much because this is a rap vocal tutorial, you know. So we won't even hear what the delay, you know. So but then I'll show you, I'll make some tutorial about the delay effects, you know, on the next video, maybe, if I'm gonna insist to do it, you know. So yeah,
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say. Love it or hate it.
And what I'm going to add next is Fruity Soft Clipper. So yeah, so I'm gonna stretch up the threshold.
I lost a couple of fills,
and then I'm gonna close it down a little bit. Don't be afraid to squeeze it down and adjust it down, you know, because the whole point is to make the vocals more soft, you know, soft texture type shit. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get...
It sounds perfect to me. And then what I'm going to do next, I'm going to add my parametric EQ too. So I'm gonna add the second parametric EQ. So here I'm going to deal with enhancing my vocals once. So yeah, I'll be dealing with enhancing my vocals. So what I'm trying to do here is to enhance my vocals by just using parametric EQ too. So don't be surprised when I'm adding like the second EQ, because that's basically part of mastering, you know. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to raise my knobs, play around with my knobs, you know, more especially on my high ends. So yeah.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close, they should really take notes.
Not really too much though, just a
I
little
lost a
bit.
couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close.
Just a little bit. Let's just play it without the second parametric EQ,
I lost a couple of feels, and if you
and then with the second EQ.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it or hate it, I'm telling the
There's a huge difference now. So what you actually need to do is that you should really always focus on your enhancing. You know, the enhancing game should always be, you know, it should always be improvised. You know, you should always have it in your mind, you know, because that's what we're trying to do, you know, have your, you know, nice vocals, you know, because you don't want to be in a car and playing your songs, or your friends playing your songs, and then now you gotta worry about your songs being flat, you know, the vocals being poor, you know, flat and all that. So you don't want to stress about that. So that's what I improvise more about when it comes to vocals. So yeah, as far as the what the production is concerned, so you should also not do it way much though, you know, to a point where you just gotta have like those spiky vocals, you know. So yeah, you should just always be aware. So what I'm gonna add next right now is the this other plugin. It's not, I know this is, it's about stock plugins, but what I'm going to add next is not part of the stock plugins. So it's a vocal doubler plugin. It's a very nice plugin. It's free even, so you can just get it as well. So I just forgotten which company this is from. So yeah, so I just, it's a kind of a plugin. It adds some type of shit that gets your vocals widen up, you know. So it gets you some type of stereo separation type shit a little bit. So I'm gonna set it so it allows you to add some separation variation. So you need to basically balance these two. So what I'm going to do is to balance, you know. Okay, let me just set it to 77 for separation, and then 79% for variation. So if we should, it's a little bit balanced for me. So I'm gonna set my effects to 52%. Boom, let's just play it.
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it.
Yeah, I guess
I lost a couple of feels, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say,
it adds some little bit of texture as well, like some type of saturation type shit, I can say. And our last plugin is going to be Fruity Compressor. So we're going to add some Fruity Compressor so we can have our vocals on some constant state, you know. So because initially our vocals are really not in a constant state. That's how natural vocals are, you know. So that's how our vocal waves are, you know. Any vocal wave in this world, like, is not in a constant state, you know, because that's how it should be. That's how it should be, you know. Our vocals are not like in a, so we are trying to do that here digitally wise, you know. So yeah, so I'm gonna set my threshold right about 27, around 27.9 dp, and then I'm going to set my ratio around 5.8. Is it 5.8? Yes sir, to 1. Okay, that's my ratio. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of a gain, and then I like my type to be vintage. Yeah, this is the top shit, and this is the ratio, this is the threshold. This is just, you know, play around with it.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it,
Let me just reduce a little bit.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it up.
So I'm gonna reduce my delay a little bit, and then try to control my reverb a little bit. Try to reduce down the amount of reverb.
I lost a couple of fills, and
then now I feel like I should control my vocal W as well. Just try to reduce it again. So I was wrong about it. I was wrong. My calculations went good, so I gotta do the math again. So I think around 51 and 57. Yes, perfect.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't,
I think it's good. So now I can increase my vocals how I want, because I'm literally halfway done, you know, quarter done actually, you know, with my production. So yeah,
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it or hate it, I'm telling the facts, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close, they should really take notes. As far as it goes, I owe every part of your heart just a piece of a rose.
So this is what you're supposed to do, and then you can keep on playing around with your plugins here if you don't feel green around the jills, you know. I mean, if you don't feel, yeah, because about your work, you should feel jealous about your work. If you don't feel jealous about your work, then yeah, you should just keep on working around these plugins, you know, for as long as you know how they work. So yeah, you just keep on, you know, playing around with them, playing around with some, you know, and all that. But then so far so good. This is how I polish my rap vocals. Yeah, so until we meet again, so this is it. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much, people. Yes sir.
I lost a couple of fills, and if you don't get it, I guess I should say, love it or hate it, I think you should face it. I don't wanna get close, they should really note. As far as it goes, I owe every part of your heart just a piece of a rose. Cracking my